Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. From me,
Hey,
PRIME, from Leeboy.
happy Turkey Day.
Yeah, yeah,
Here to
yeah,
drop you
yeah.
guys some special Turkey Day content.
Yes, this is something I wanted to do for a while now. This is the only Thanksgiving movie I know. I think the only Thanksgiving movie I know, and it's a very good Thanksgiving movie. Uh, this is your first time watching it. Just overall thoughts before we even
Mm.
get into it. What did you think?
Well, first off, I'll just say that, you're making me a John Hughes believer. Obviously, I was already in tune with a lot of his movies, but not really him as creator, director, writer, producer, and everything that he does. And he has a lot of classics under his belt, and I love holiday movies. I'm real big on those. Obviously, for marketing reasons, they're uh, incredibly successful. And this movie is, I thought it was something like a classic, man.
Mm-hmm.
Something
And
like a
just
classic
real quick, since we on holiday movies, I mean, he does have one of the biggest holiday movies ever, but
of all time, right?
no need to brag.
And
No need to brag.
and he's talking about Home Alone and Home Alone 2, 3, all of them. He does the whole
Well,
series.
he
So
only did the first three.
he dropped off. Oh, so 2 and 3. My bad. Don't credit
Yeah,
him
two up there.
with the
No credit in
reboot,
front of
right?
for the mother one. Yeah, yeah.
He sold it off by then. But yeah. Obviously he has Home Alone under his belt, but this I thought was a classic as well. Came out in '87. There's a lot of elements that can be directly compared to Home Alone. In fact, I think Home Alone borrows from this movie a little bit. I think he took some of the elements that worked really well in here and made sure that he implanted them a little bit in Home Alone just to uh, you know solidify the victory, which he definitely did. But this one, I think, stands alone as a classic, at least my first run. And just judging by the times, Steve Martin, John Candy, great performances, and pretty much just the two of them running the whole film with the direction of John Hughes. And I loved it, man. I actually don't have too much of a critique about this one. Usually I have something bad to say. I think I was thrown off a little bit on the soundtrack, but it's 1987, like, so I'm not gonna really hate. But like in the beginning,
What
it
were
was
you
like
expecting, Usher?
right. So I'm not gonna get too hard on that because, but yeah, it gave me like Seinfeld like vibes, which obviously came after this, so they could have been an inspiration. But yeah, just dopeness all around, man. Something that I would definitely pick up and watch again. Thanksgiving after Thanksgiving. Now that you've opened me up to it, Prime, appreciate it. I ain't gonna lie, appreciate it.
Yeah, nah. I mean, this movie, like, first time watching this movie, I was like, all right, because I went through like the John Hughes category, like I went through it all like one whole summer. I was like, all right,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm gonna get through this one, and then this one was special because, like, for one, it's not typical. It's not a typical story from what you would see, and then it's relatable. It's a couple scenes we'll talk
Right.
about that's very relatable, and
Mm-hmm.
then at the end, it's like basically a I want to say basically a modern day rom com, but with two guys, basically a
Right.
bromance or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, basically that's what it is. Uh,
You got you got also the house, which is at the
that
end
is
is the
actually
same
not
house.
the same. No, it's not.
It's not. Oh, is
No,
that
it's
an
not.
internet rumor or what?
I think it is an internet rumor.
Okay,
It's
but
not the same house. I know this stuff, but like it's not. People think it's the same house. They look similar, but it's not. So wait, yeah, it is an internet rumor though that it looks like that it's the same house, but it's not. Look, I like film locations, so I kind of
yeah, you already
I
did
know.
the research, yeah. Oh,
Oh, trust me, I
we're gonna defer to Prime on this one, yeah.
don't think I didn't look up all of John Hughes film locations. I know all the houses, what they look like, what they neighborhood and all that. Yeah, it's not weird, all right. It's not. Anyways, no. I think in actuality, Neil is the weird character. Cause like in their universe, he's traveling all the time. Dale is traveling all the time. He knows all these people by name. They're all like comrades. So I'm like, he travels all the time, so he knows these people. So outside looking in, Neil is just annoyed with everything.
They both have their own separate expertise, and they battle it out throughout the movie, saying whose expertise is more valuable, I would say, or
Okay.
they get on each other, they and those are some of the best parts. And we talked about it earlier when he's telling him that none of his stories are funny. I think that just killed me. That took me all the way out.
I'm gonna just talk about. I'm gonna try to go down the line because I know one scene that really more or less sticks out is when they meet. It kind of steals his taxi, races Kevin Bacon randomly. Y'all don't know Kevin Bacon. He's from Footloose. Go look it up. It's a good movie. But he races Kevin Bacon. After he races Kevin Bacon, gets to the limo, somehow bribes the guy to get his limo, turns around to put his stuff in there. Dale then took the limo and jetted off, of course. And then I like how when he caught him, he had like this face that he made. He made like this scary face.
Yeah, he's
and
like
then while they're in the airport, they like I don't even know how to explain it. They're in the airport, but they want you to see where he noticed his face from. So they put a car door in front of him while he's at the airport, making the same faces. It's
right.
Uncanny, but when you think about it, it's well done on how they did it, how they shot it. Of course, my bad.
I was gonna say, just another great foreshadowing and writing moment from John Hughes. Obviously, that was all planned out. So, that just speaks to his brilliance. But go ahead.
Now, I'm just gonna say, definitely another scene we could talk about is just the whole bedroom scene as a whole. Like from when they get the room to where it's only one room left, to where it's only one bed,
to
left. Where, just things just go wrong. And before we even get anything, I'm going to say, did you notice anything about the room? Aside from the scenes, did you notice anything about the room?
Not particularly. Why?
Okay, so it's the Easter. It's not really an Easter egg. They just don't mention it. It's two handprints above the headboard like this. So yeah,
I did not notice that. No.
Yes, but yeah,
that's funny. Yeah.
So they have the argument, and I don't know. This scene is just. There's something about this scene.
I could tolerate any insurance seminar for days. I could sit there and listen to them go on and on with a big smile on my face, and I'd say, "'Cause I've been with Del Griffith, I can take anything."
That whole part, it just.
He crushes his spirit. Yes. He literally crushes his whole life because Dale is on the plane. Dale is everywhere telling his stories, thinking that he's entertaining this guy and they're becoming buddies. And they're literally cool until this moment, right? Like they kind of had a little tension when they first seen the one bed and they like, okay, but they wasn't mad at each other. It just until that moment when he told him about his stories and all his bullshit, it's just it just reminds you of like when you first tolerate someone that you really don't know and you're just going along with the flow and then something they cross the line. It's like, all right now.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
All right, bro, I'm about to tell you about yourself, and then it's never the same, right? It's never the same.
If you're that guy on the plane, you should know when somebody's reading a magazine or when somebody's doing something, you should know, all right, maybe this person don't want to talk. He said, I was reading a vomit bag and you still didn't get my gist. I'm like, oh, come on. The vomit bag, though?
Where's your other hand? Between two pillows. Those aren't pillows.
I'm going to just, forget this. Forget this order. I'm going to skip all the way ahead to my personal favorite scene. My most relatable scene. Of course, this man gets dropped off at the parking spot.
The parking spot.
he looks at the number V5. The car is not there in V5, and the truck has left. The bus left, and he is furious.
Yes. And I think that was probably one of the most relatable reactions. That's when I was like, bro, I could go back into acting. I was like, because I'd be mad as hell doing that same shit when stuff happened to me. But it just got you into it just gets you into the mind of a man when things go wrong. We can't really express ourselves or get too crazy. We just have to bottle it up, right? Just pull our boots up by the straps and just continue and gets shit done basically, and he just realizes that he can't sit there and wallow in pain and anger, but he gets it out really quick in that big burst of anger, and then he just keeps
he
going.
walks all the way back. So he walks to the parking lot, the runway, the freeway. He walks all that.
And then this lady.
Before he gets in there to the lady, I forgot what the dude said to him. He said something. He said, "Do it look like I'm a joke?" He said, "If I'm one of the joke, I'll follow you in the bathroom, watch you take a leak." It's like that.
That dude he punched him, right? He punched him in the grill.
I was like,
that was the guy that punches him, right? Yeah.
Was it the guy that punched him and then he picked him up? Was that the same? It probably was after the scene. I don't know why I'm thinking this before he got in, but I guess it is after. But
I don't know, but I know he got socked out, and that was a smart remark that he made to that guy. I was gonna say another one-liner, because if you're not really paying attention or don't get it, you just be like, what happened? But that is a hell of a joke right there for sure.
Hey, I might start using that, man. I'm on a joke. I'm
one of the jokes. God damn, because not everybody's gonna get it right away, and I was like,
people might be like, "Ew, what do you mean?" Like, oh no, that's actually really funny. But it's got to be my favorite scene. It's got to be my favorite scene. Goes in there. First of all, this lady is so happy, and it's not her fault. But she is so happy, and if I was in that situation, that would make me more angry because of how happy you are and how like crappy my day has been. But she goes in there, does a little gobble gobble. Yep, he goes up there.
I really don't care for the way you're speaking to me. And I really don't care for the way your company left me in the middle of fucking nowhere with fucking keys to a fucking car that isn't fucking there. And I really don't care to fucking walk down a fucking highway and across a fucking runway to get back here to have you smile at my fucking face. I want a fucking car right fucking now.
Do you know that one scene changed this movie from PG to rated R?
All the way to rated R.
Yeah.
I mean, they did drop the bomb about 30 times. How many times? You probably know, Brian.
18 times in 60 seconds.
There you go. And it was worth it. Every single bomb. I thought it was perfect. And it was unexpected, right? Because like you said, it was PG up until that moment. So when they started going off, I'm like, when is this going to end? And I think every time was warranted, every time they dropped it. So, y'all probably seen it. Go ahead, rewind, and come back to the conversation again, because it was hilarious. Especially once the lady finally caught on and she started dropping the bombs. That's took it to the next level.
I will say, Steve Martin said he read this scene. That's what made him want to do the movie, just this scene. So, of course, he read this in the script. He was like, oh, I want to do this movie now. So, of course, and then, of course, it doesn't go his way, obviously, because he threw his thing away, which that's something that you shouldn't do, even though you're upset. Like, you shouldn't throw that ticket away because you got to have proof. Hey, you got to have proof. Like, hey, I actually had this ticket. But, anyways, we go, him and Dale is split up. But, we're going to go, and, of course, we find each other again. And I think this is the part where he says, if I want to follow you, follow you in the bathroom and take a leak. Watch you take a leak, because he gets punched out, like you said, and then Dale almost runs him over, and then the guy picks him up in a very, very, very weird.
Oh yeah, way. Grabbed him by the balls. Yeah,
very, very just.
And what did Dale say? I never seen a man dragged by his testicles like that or something. I was like, damn.
Is he asleep? So he can't see. He wakes up and they say, you're going the wrong way. He said, huh? He's like, they say we're going the wrong way. And the funny part is, he says, how do they know where we're going? He was like, you're right. And he's like, y'all are drunk. Y'all are drunk. Whatever. But, they eventually get on a train, ride the train all the way to Chicago. They get to Chicago. And what do you know? He gets off, Neil gets off, and he's like, all right, thank you. Hope I wasn't a big problem. Thank you. Then he's like, wife. She just started thinking about stuff he said, and of course he was like, you don't have no wife. Come on here. And then he takes him to dinner with him. and that's it.
It was something weird going on though with him and his wife's look. Like, tell me the relationship between Neil and his wife. Is there anything weird that we need to know about why was she so upset with him,
I
or
don't
why
know,
was
but
she?
I have theories. I think Neil either probably not cheated on her, but like probably lied and said he was like he works out of town, so he could have easily said, "Hey, they're keeping me overnight," which they weren't. He just kind of wanted to stay out of town or something. It could have been in a situation like that. She found out one of them where you called the things and said, "Hey, y'all been putting Neil on for 3 days." They say, "Ma'am, he's been off for 3 days." And they're like, "Oh, he's off? He didn't tell me." Probably one of those things. That's probably why she's so upset. He's probably like lied to her before in that way of saying, "Hey, I'm on the way back," and I'm really not. So I understand why she was so angry, but I was like, I don't know if she wants to get back with him. It was like I don't think she believed him until he brought Dale. It's like all the stuff.
Right.
So,
I think she was relieved to actually see Dale because
when she did, he just came late. She was like, "You might be on the couch, brother."
So yeah, Dale saved the day, and Dale helped out at the end. This would be excellent too for like a reboot or a relaunch. I would love to see 2000. Is that what we talking about? Because I would love to see 2 new guys take on this type of project.
I'm glad you mentioned that because there are 2 new guys that are doing a remake of this actually.
Dope.
2 Philly boys actually. You probably can guess who they are, of course. Talk about Mr. Entanglement himself, Will Smith.
Will Smith and Kevin?
Yes. Yep.
K Hart? I was gonna say K Hart first.
Yeah. It's official. They announced it like maybe 2-3 months ago. Kevin is gonna be playing the Dale Griffith part, of course. Which of course he's gonna be the annoying role, and then Will Smith is gonna be the straight man role, which that actually be cool to see him actually play the straight man. Both of them too. I just wonder how it's gonna go though, because when they did this movie in '87, they didn't have cell phones really, So now you got a cell phone everywhere. So I'm going to assume it's going to either be broken early or something to where they're going to have to like not have contact with nobody, basically.
Right, because there's too much. Yeah, it's too many Ubers, and you can just book a flight on your phone. Yeah,
right. You gonna steal somebody Uber? How's that gonna work? I don't know. I'm pretty sure they'll pull it off, but right now, I still think this film kind of gets disrespected. Not by, I don't want to say by the black people, but when Kevin Hart said he was doing this movie, people were like, "What is this movie? This movie trash. We never heard this movie before." But it's because they haven't seen the movie, because it's not a I don't want to say because it's not a hood classic, but
it really didn't get too much burn in the urban space, because this is a movie, like I said, I've been wanting to watch for years. I've heard about it for years, heard that it was a comedy classic. Maybe I had gotten to a little bit of it and didn't finish it just because of the crowd I maybe was around, and some people that didn't really want to watch it. If you throw it on with people that don't want to watch it in the first 5-10 minutes, you're not going to get through it for sure. Got to get home for Thanksgiving, baby. Happy Turkey Day, y'all.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving. This is just a special that we wanted to do. Just us basically talking about our favorite scenes pretty much is what we're doing. Thank you. Happy holidays. We'll see you tomorrow, actually. So come on quick.
Go watch Plane, Trains, Automobiles. See you tomorrow on the PNP. Peace.
Push the button. Come on. Push the button.